have three guys here nominated for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Drama Series. They're just going to duke it out here. First up, Kieran Culkin, who plays Roman. Hi, Kieran. Matthew McFadden, who plays Tom.
Hey.
From England. Hi, Tom. Matthew. You're so convincing by your character.
Indivisible. Yeah.
And Nicholas Braun, who plays Cousin Greg. Hi, Nicholas.
Hey, good to be here.
Ooh.
My crew.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Back to you.
Welcome, guys. And as I mentioned when I was talking to the guest actors, we're looking at 9 nominees for acting here in succession. 9 Emmy nominees, which really is a tribute to the show and to all of you in getting that kind of recognition. The show overall nominated for 18. So you guys are accounting for half of it overall. And we're going to talk about that, and we're going to see the reasons why. I'm going to show a clip before we have our conversation. So take a look at Succession.
No, Tom looks logical.
What?
Cruises, document destruction.
What?
I'm not saying that it should be. I mean, I'm saying you're like family, which is good, but also not family, which is kind of good. Tom, it's the elephant in the room. We can say that.
No, we can't. There's no need to say the elephant in the room. There are 15 other elephants in the room.
Tom, the testimony, you kind of put a target
Why
on
shouldn't
yourself.
it be you? Well,
I've never
it should be me. Why shouldn't it be you?
I'm not attacking you. I'm defending
Well, it doesn't
you.
feel like that. It doesn't feel like that.
Okay, fine. How do I work?
I don't know. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying.
I mean, I guess if we were saying Shiv, we'd highlight witness tampering and, that she was going to take over, but I don't know, probably doesn't work.
Yeah, too right. It doesn't fucking work. I don't make sense. I've never been inside.
What about both of them? Shiv and Tom. Beauty and the Beast.
Does Tom work?
Honestly, Tom, I don't think he's a big enough skull. No offense.
Then how about Tom with some fucking Greg Sprinkles?
What? Greg Sprinkles?
Yeah, just a party pack. You was a sweetener.
Yeah. Elmo and Big Bird, I could start to see that. And then you throw in like a Carl or a Frank or a Ray.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. No, why not?
Oh, these are just examples.
No, of course. Yeah, no, just go ahead and work for you for 23 years.
What precisely are Greg Sprinkles?
Greg Sprinkles are basically a fantastic garnish to basically anyone seated at this table.
Okay.
Like a Tom Sundae with a little Greg cherry on top.
Oh.
Perfect.
No, I object. I really do. I mean,
who cares?
I'm more than a sprinkle. What about you? What about Roman?
Me? Let's hear it. What's the pitch?
You're widely known as a horrible person.
Thanks, Toe Jam. Why don't you...
It could be Roman.
Oh, man, that looks like fun.
You're widely known as a horrible person.
Toe Jam.
Widely known. I forgot that.
Everybody knows it.
That's fun. Let's talk about that. Let's just take off from that point of view, doing these kind of group scenes. And do you guys get a chance to improv, throw in some of those little gems, or is it all on the page here that you're given?
I'm pretty sure Toe Jam wasn't written. I think you just said that.
That's possible.
Yeah, you've seen my toes in real life, and you just added that. And that's
You have
fair.
disgusting toes. Yeah, you really did. They're just
All right.
I like them. I think they're... The truth is that actually that scene was like 15 pages or something, so we didn't...
Yeah.
We kind of stuck to the script at least for half the morning.
Yeah. Except
and
for...
I remember being so... my heart was banging because it was such a feat to do it. And we did it we almost got it in one roll of film, didn't we?
Oh,
and
yeah.
then by the end, it was sort of speeding up, and we got it in
Yeah.
in one
So
go.
take.
Like we didn't have the time.
Wow. Yeah.
I think.
How many cameras are shooting when you're doing a scene like that?
2 usually, right?
3 on that.
Right, yeah.
2 or 3. We're kind of roaming around, sort of circling.
Yeah, they'll put the on a track that go around us, and you kind of don't really know when the camera's on you or not. And Mark Mylod is usually the guy. Whenever we have those big scenes with everybody, it's usually Mark, right, who directs us.
Yeah.
So before we even show up to set, he's like, "You're sitting here. I don't want to hear anything."
Yeah. I remember we shot one side, and then we moved to the other side. Like we did track on both sides. Because I remember going like, "Oh, we're sort of doing it unfamiliarly in a way. Like we're not sort of able to improvise in the way that we usually would because we're doing one side and the other, effectively.
Oh, really?
Oh,
I don't remember that.
Yeah, because it was on the boat. Because like we had to rise the boat.
That's right. There were all kinds of
But
constraints.
also, you guys remember the fight that you had at the end?
I was gonna say if Kieran remembers wrestling me.
You like monkey wrestled him.
Yeah, I don't know how that worked out, but you were on my back.
I said, do you want to go? And you went, do you mean fight? And I went, yeah. You went, but I would destroy you. And I said, well, we'll see. And then I told you the fight was going to be this way, and then I changed my mind to get you to turn your back, and then I jumped on it.
That's right.
Yeah. And I remember you going like, everyone's like, are you okay, Greg? And you're like,
he's not even hurting me. He's not even hurting me. He doesn't even hurt.
Oh my gosh, you guys! You know the scripts just pop. There is such a rhythm to the writing and the way you deliver it. I mean, Kieran, you have one zinger after another in so many scenes in this, and all of you doing, and you deliver it like you wrote it yourself, or that it's just kind of the character.
I'm not running away because you're making me feel awkward. The air conditioner turned on. I have to turn it off.
Okay, all right. He's going up that way.
So awkward.
Talk about that, though. Talk about getting this kind of opportunity and these kind of scripts and able to work with that week in and week out.
It's really fantastic. Like, this is some of the best writing I've ever had to work with. And really, it's funny because you asked like earlier, like how much of it is improvised. I don't really know anymore. I feel like mostly nothing. But it's like I saw Snook. You said in an interview that it's like we don't really change anything in terms of story or whatever. Like everything that's on, like we do everything that's on the page. But it said that there's like an insult or something else, or like we can sort of there's freedom there, or like an action or something. Like I think I just slapped you in the first season, Snook. We just did that. That wasn't on the page, but that was like, but it was part of the scene still.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like the freedom to like play a guy that can just like slap his sister in the face and have that not be such a thing. Like, I don't know.
Well, because you know that there's going to be someone coming for you afterwards.
I was pretty sure you were going to just whoop my ass. Actually, I was going to just slap you, I remember, but I thought, you know what, I don't know you. I'm going to ask for it.
Yeah. But we were like, the pretend version first. You're like, no, I'm not going to slap you. You're pretending too well.
I have to ask you, Sarah and Matthew. Matthew, you're obviously English. You're obviously Australian. You're playing Americans. I think this is the first time you played American, Matthew.
It's this. I played an American on stage.
On stage,
maybe 10 years ago. No, more. Yeah, but it's the second time.
So working together and getting those accents right. Is there any kind of trick to that, or is that an odd kind of feeling to do that?
Well, I've said this, but we have kind of accent days. When Sarah and I, especially if we have a day together, that we just have a kind of mutual meltdown.
Yeah.
And we end up talking a bit like that, like we can't do it anymore. And it just goes really badly wrong. We had a very bad one in our apartment.
Oh,
yeah. You just forget how to do it, because it's quite hard to do.
There's also the thing of where there is improv or where you can just sort of like stretch the words of the scene a bit, where you can add something in there or there. You then have to filter. Don't think in an Australian accent. Think in an American accent.
Yeah, like it's one thing doing the lines you've learned in an accent, but then improvising, especially in the pilot, was really frightening.
Yeah,
for me, because Adam McKay was very like, okay, let's talk about the stock exchange or the new Audi or something, and I would go, I don't know how to say this,
Yeah.
So yeah, it's hard. I find it hard.
I've always been so impressed with you guys because not only are the accent's great, but it's that thing. It's just like seeing banter and going, how are you doing it?
But it's not coming from any accent like this. What's your Australian version of my accent, Kieran?
Oh yeah, so it's spot on. It's serious new succession.
Amazing. That's amazing.
I'm
That's
like amazing at
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are Americans that transparent, so it's easier to do?
No, they're professionals. They know what they're doing.
I go very high in the accent. I start talking quite.
Oh yeah.
Funny.
Yeah. I start doing. If I'm not thinking about it, I start doing more like vocal fry. Like I do like a lot of vocal fry. There's a lot of
That's like a safe zone. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole thing for some American women. But we grew up in Australia. We used to grow up with American TV, so I don't know.
Yeah. Now, Nicholas, Cousin Greg's a breakout hit on the show. People love you. I remember my wife, when she started watching the show, even before I did, kept talking about you, became obsessed with you. And she, oh my God, Cousin.
Why?
Greg. I don't know. She kept talking with all of her friends. Oh my God, did you see what Cousin Greg did? Cousin Greg is deceptive, isn't he? He's going to turn out to be the guy who runs the whole show when this whole thing ends. That's what my prediction is.
Wow.
We'll see. You know, he's making good moves. I think he's getting smarter.
Yeah.
You know, he's getting a little more cunning. He's learning a bit from Tom, a bit from Kendall. He doesn't quite have the barbs that Roman has. You know, he's not really mean like that yet, but we'll see if he kind of grows into that. But yeah, he's gaining momentum, I think.
I was talking today to somebody about Greg, and the more you can make a big argument for Greg having quite a strong moral core. Like you're always you're not happy at ATN. You're always trying to do the right thing.
Yeah,
a little bit.
I think
it's
so.
not. It's a bit of a flimsy argument, but there is the. I mean, I think they think they're doing their very best.
Like he comes into the family pretty uncorrupted.
Yeah,
he comes in like he's ambitious and he's like kind of forceful with himself, but he's decent. He's a good person. Yeah, he's kind of Bambi. But then, he also like lies a little bit. What's that?
The scene where you get the new apartment and you do the leap thing. It's like he's actually being Bambi now. He's
That's me doing some animal work on set, little deer work.
That was a gazelle.
Yeah, gazelle, deer, kind of blend. Yeah.
It's interesting to hear the word morals thrown around in talking to you four, because James Cromwell just told us he is the moral center as your grandfather there. And that there really isn't one. This is a very dysfunctional family, and represents a lot of what's going on in America right now, maybe around the world. This show is getting close to being a documentary as we see things play out in the world. You know, and of course, Sarah, you're in Australia, and that's where a lot of this started. Rupert Murdoch and all of that this show is compared to, that kind of dynasty.
Oh yeah, but I feel like if Rupert Murdoch's a citizen of the world these days, isn't he? Isn't he American, or is he?
No, he's one of yours. It's yours.
Influence of the British press as well, I think, really, hasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, what about that, though? What about the playing in this kind of show where people seem riveted by these characters and wanting to watch them, even though what they're doing half the time is reprehensible in some ways?
Yeah, I feel like there was a bit of a shift at the beginning where Shiv sort of seemed like she might have been the moral center of the family, and then it's like, no, obviously not. And then it's Greg, and you're like, well, maybe. And then really it is, as Jamie said, you know, Ewan coming in. It's like, oh, okay, that's there's no moral center. The morality has to be external for this family to work in some way.
Do you remember, like, in season 1, like, Roman says to Shiv, like, you know, you're the one who's really nuts. You're just good at hiding it. And I remember thinking, like, Roman's just being defensive, but then, you know, you watch season 2 and go, no, he pretty much nailed that one. You're nuts.
It's crazy. You know, how many years do you think you want to play this kind of character? These characters are kind of fascinating as they evolve, and they do seem to keep evolving season to season so far.
However long they'll have us.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's been fun to see how they've changed us in just 2 seasons and what they've been putting us through. You know, personally, I'm excited to see how Greg continues to, like, either get soured or try to fight some of this corruption, some of the schemier side of the family, and if he can battle that properly or if he loses the battle. I want to keep it rolling.
Well, keep it rolling for sure. I think Succession's going to go on a long, long time, and again, Witness, congratulations on all of the awards and the Emmy nominations that all of you have for this season. And I can't wait till you're able to go back and shoot season 3. We're having to wait much longer than we expected, I think, for the continuation of this saga. But we will wait and we will watch. Thank you, guys. And now the lead actors.